The days of buying DVDs and Blu-ray discs at Best Buy are over.
Best Buy says it will halt sales of physical movie media in stores.
Redbox and its tens of thousands of movie rental kiosks, they are shutting down, officially ending an era.
Over the past few years, more and more big retail stores have been dropping their DVD sales in store. Does that mean we're getting close to the death of physical media? Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. For those of you who don't know, I am a videographer for a broadcast news station. And on this channel, I want to do video reviews of cameras, lights, other kinds of equipment for videography, as well as do some tutorials. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about physical media. Now, the whole reason I want to talk about this is because of a big life event that happened for me this past weekend. I hope you guys don't mind. I just want to brag for a little bit.
God, please, no!
I was honored with winning my 4th Emmy of my career.
Nice.
Myself and my 2 co-workers in our consumer department here at our station were honored with this Emmy for our story on death of DVDs. So late last year, I actually saw a bunch of people really upset as Best Buy announced that they were dropping their in-store sale of DVDs and Blu-rays. With all this negativity and criticism, I decided to reach out to one of my good buddies, 4K Outlaw, who has made a name for himself on TikTok showing off his Blu-ray collection. So after hearing his thoughts and concerns on how this was going to affect the survival of physical media, I thought this was a great consumer topic, so I took it right to our consumer reporter and we decided to run with it. So I'm going to go ahead and play out this award-winning story for you guys, and afterwards I'm going to talk about some of the key points about physical media that I learned and what I think the future of physical media will be after this.
Netflix recently announced they would both stop selling DVDs by 2024.
Actually did not know people were still selling DVDs. The decision has been seen by many as yet another fatal blow to physical media. As consumer reporter Cassie Arsenault shows us, this is a huge disappointment to movie lovers, but for everyone, this really could change what you watch.
Well, physical media may never die. Take vinyl, for example. It's had a resurgence. But when it comes to shows and movies, everything that's getting released is ending up on varying streaming services. So while this gives us convenience, no doubt, we are giving up a little bit of freedom when it comes to watching whatever we want, when we want. The rush home, the anticipation. Settling in to watch the movie you spent so much time hunting for. Knowing you can watch this flick as many times as you want, when you want, with no interruptions. It's an experience turned nostalgia thanks to the digital age. An art almost lost.
This is the beginning of the end of an era. Welcome to the movie bunker, that's what we call it. So my favorite movie of all time is Halloween. We got movies up here like Barbie, Batman the Animated Series, Dawn of the Dead, the complete Puppet Master collection, The Shining, Walking Dead, Harry Potter.
Chris Means grew up with an infatuation for films.
Those movies that are behind me there are mine forever. The games that I have are mine forever. So no matter what happens, whether I have internet connection or what, those are mine and I can watch and enjoy.
He's found more than 20,000 followers on TikTok.
Supernatural, that's a great one. Sam and Dean have never looked so good. Supernatural here on Blu-ray.
Who share his same passion.
I enjoy having access to deleted scenes and interviews on physical media. I made content that I wish that somebody else was doing. You walking into a video store, hey man, do you have Critters? And I'm like, yeah, there you go.
But despite an interested audience, roles have been recast. Netflix mailed its last DVD in September. Their DVD business has dwindled from $1 billion in revenue in 2012 to $146 million in 2022. Ingram Entertainment, once the largest distributor of DVDs, announced their exit from the disc business. While some say this is the death of physical media, there are people like Chris who would like to hit rewind.
One day it'll rise back like the phoenix.
It very well could. Take vinyl, for example. The Recording Industry Association reported their highest levels of physical media sales in 10 years. In Knoxville, Grindhouse video sales are doubling every year.
I sold 45,000 units in 2 weeks. It almost was so big of a sale that it almost shut me down.
This store specializes in all physical media geared toward horror and cult films. He sells hundreds of thousands of dollars in VHS tapes every month, but it isn't enough of a profit to keep a place like Best Buy from hitting eject. So that leads most of us relying on streaming services.
There is no streaming service that allows you to watch whatever you want.
There's a convenience here, but there's a convenience that's going to come at a price.
The price is that licensing agreements for movies expire on streaming services. Sometimes even things you have paid for and downloaded can't be accessed when this happens, pushing you to pay for more subscriptions. In addition, the quality of the movie is compressed. Blu-rays and 4K actually outperform those versions in every way. Even the multi-billion-dollar gaming industry has changed a player's choice. If you buy a game and you didn't like it, you could return it or sell it. Now with a digital copy, that's near impossible.
That is not an accident. That's by design from the companies to maximize their profits. I think that there may be opportunities in the extended future that will pull us back from the monopolistic distribution that we're kind of moving towards right now.
A DVD once took center stage, now merely has a cameo. Are the credits set to roll?
I don't think that physical media will ever completely die. I think that right now, as dire as things seem, that physical media is in a great place.
A most recent example of some of this freedom being taken away is that Sony announced they're getting rid of their Discovery content. So shows you love, like Mythbusters or Deadliest Catch, even if you paid for them and downloaded them, you won't be able to watch them. They're getting rid of 1,000 shows in total off the PlayStation user libraries. Reporting, I'm Cassie Arsenault.
So I really wanted to kick the story off with nostalgia. We can all remember being a kid on Friday nights, getting to go to Blockbuster, getting to pick out a movie, pick out a video game, and just anticipating the entire weekend, watching these videos, playing these games. It was such a great feeling. Fast forward to today where we just go home, we sit on the couch, turn on the TV and just go through endless streaming accounts and endless content to choose from. I don't know, it's not quite the same excitement. So that's why I really wanted to show that in the story so the viewer can better connect to it, because not too many people who watch news are going to know what physical media is or even think it's an issue anymore. We've gone through so many technological advances that this is just another one. This is gonna go right on by. You look at music. We went from records, 8-tracks, tapes, CDs, MP3s. You know, we're right there on the digital age. However, over the past decade, vinyl sales have just skyrocketed. So is that gonna happen for our VHSs, for our DVDs? I believe there is a market for collecting these. As we've seen on the internet, tons of people out on YouTube, tons of people out on other social media, 4K Outlaw on TikTok are promoting these physical media assets, and people are eating them up. They still love this stuff. But unfortunately, big retail stores just cannot sell it because they're not making enough money from it. Now, I personally don't know if video forms of physical media will ever go to the rise that vinyls have, but I do think that people are going to get fed up with the streaming market that we have at this moment. You know, the pitch was cut the cord, buy these subscriptions, get these a la carte options to content that you want to watch. However, we're all finding now that we're all paying for 10 different subscriptions. It's getting overbearing. Content that you love on one subscription is now jumping ship to another subscription. So in order to keep watching that content, you now have to get another subscription. What do you do with the old one? Do you keep it? Is there something else on there? Now you're paying for 2 subscriptions or plus. I do think that the current streaming structure does need to be rethought out. I think people are going to get really upset here in years to come and get really tired of paying for multiple subscriptions and not being able to have a grasp on what they want to watch and to choose exactly where they can watch that from. And let's not forget one big thing that's always an issue with this, the internet. You have to have the internet to watch this content. What are you going to do when there's an outage? You know, you're just stuck there. You're not going to have anything to watch because everything's online. What are you going to do? Watch the antenna? Watch a broadcast news station like mine? Nobody watches the news anymore. And don't get me started on video games. I'm so sick of having a video game that I hate and I can't even get rid of it and make money off of it like I used to. God forbid I take something to GameStop though, you know, get paid pennies on the dollar. But, you know, hey, what can you do? That's just the world we live in now. I don't know, guys, that's just my thoughts on physical media. I thought it'd be really cool to share this story that I was honored with an award with this past weekend. I do think it's pretty cool to think about where some of your films, some of your videos can be viewed at. You know, this is YouTube. Is anyone archiving YouTube? Is anybody saving these on disk? If YouTube's gone tomorrow, so is everyone's channels. So was everyone's hard work that they put in for years, their businesses? And now, you know, if you're a fan of that content, guess you're out of luck. You're not gonna be able to watch that anymore. I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling at this point. I know a lot of people have really good, interesting opinions on physical media. So please leave a comment down below. Tell me what your thoughts are on physical media. Tell me what you think the status of physical media will be here in the next 5 years. And if you guys have any thoughts or questions on the video I showed you earlier, please leave them down in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about them. And also, I would really appreciate it if you guys could leave a like on this video, and please subscribe to my channel. I am working on providing future video and filmmaking content for you guys. So please subscribe. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I really want you to have a great day. So thank you guys.